Hello friends, welcome back. Today is our final session. We're going to be combining some of the different things we've done throughout the course and using those styles to create our final project. My name is Vessna Scheff, and you can use she, her pronouns to refer to me. And I'm looking forward to getting started. So let's do our movement and then we'll get into the art that we're going to make today. So find an open space. And just to get our energy going, we'll do a shake. We can shake our hands, our arms, our upper body, and some jumping. Jumping up and down. We do some jumping jacks. And we'll stop. Take a deep breath in and lift your arms up. Stretch up really high, all the way to the ceiling, if you can reach it. Or just as high as you can. Come up on your tippy toes and come down and then lean to the side. And take a deep breath in and let it out. And stretch up to the middle again. Really high. Take a deep breath in and lean to the side and let it out. And come back to the center. Let your arms fall down and swing next to you a little bit. And we'll take some big circles with our arms, going back. Kind of like if you're doing backstroke or giving a really big hello to someone. Hey. And then have your arms go forward. So kind of like you're swimming. Shoulder keeps cracking. Definitely need to warm up. And shake it out again. And then let your head go to the side like this. And then roll around. And come up. And then roll it the other way. And come up. Okay. Let's get our drawing area set up. We're going to start with our drawing surface. It might be your sketchbook or a table. And we are going to open up to a blank page in our sketchbooks or grab a blank sheet of paper. And we're going to do the same thing we did, I think it was last week, where we colored a piece of paper, we filled it in with drawing, and then we painted on top of it to create some collage pieces. So we want to create a set of collage pieces for the drawing we're going to do today. So we're going to spend 30 seconds doing a really quick scribble draw on this paper here. So I'm going to get the timer set here to 30 seconds. It's going to be a quick one. All right, on your mark, get set, and scribble. Five more seconds. Pencils up. All right, so we have a really quick, expressive scribble draw here. We're now going to color this in with markers, crayons, pencils, or paints, whatever you have that can add color to this page. We're going to color the whole thing, and we're going to try and do this also pretty quickly. I'm going to set our timer for, let's do 2 minutes. Okay, go ahead and get started. Keep going. Have about 50 seconds left. Remember, this one we're going to tear up, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, finish up coloring in your page. I didn't quite get all the edges of mine done, so I'm going to quickly add a little bit more. Get some blue, purple. I'm trying to do it really quickly and not being too worried about what it looks like, because I'm just going to be cutting up or ripping up this paper anyways to use for collage pieces, so I can focus more on the design after I've cut up this piece. Okay, so it looks like mine is mostly covered, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. So we're going to take this piece off, and if it's in your sketchbook, you can pull it out of your sketchbook. And you can get scissors, or you can just start tearing up this page. So I'm going to go from an edge and just start ripping it up to create some interesting collage pieces. I want to try and make a few different shapes and sizes of my collage pieces, so I have some flexibility once I start laying them out on my new piece. So I like getting some strips, kind of like this. Maybe go for some larger pieces. Here's another, that one's pretty cool, look at that. And what I like about tearing them up is that I end up with small little paintings that would have been really hard for me to make if I had just tried to make it from the beginning like that. With doing a bunch of random things on a piece of paper and then cutting it up, you can see what the possibilities are for your art making in a new way. Wow, that one's really expressive. So I'm sure yours are turning out really interesting also. You can take a moment to appreciate each one because it's like a mini painting inside of a big painting. It's a cool triangle. And I don't usually like the straight edges just because the rest of the edges are frayed. So I usually will just tear off that straight edge, and I've been putting it to the side for a piece that I am not going to use, but the rest of it I really like using. It's a really cool purple there. I'm going to tear off my straight edge. I might tear this one. There we go. So if you're using scissors, you can cut a more intentional shape. If you're tearing very carefully, you can also make a more intentional shape. Maybe I'll try and make this one sort of curved, almost like a circle. There we go. Okay, so I have my set of collage pieces here that I can use in my final piece. So we're going to grab a new piece of paper. Could be one that's in your sketchbook, or it could be one that's loose, like the one I have. We're going to put it on our drawing surface, or lay our sketchbook out so that we can draw on it. And we're going to start with our pencil, or a colored pencil, or a marker, or crayon, whatever you have, or a pen would work too. And we're going to do 3 swirls, and we're going to make the swirls end up right where they started, similar to what we did in one of our previous pieces. So we started with doing some swirls here. So I'm going to do about 3 swirls. They might overlap, and then I'm going to have it start just where it, or end just where it started. So it's going to come and meet that line. So it's a closed loop. There's no end sticking off that doesn't have a connection. And within this shape, we're going to add a little bit of emotion. So we did those emotive drawings before, where we put in how a mark feels to us. So thinking about what it is that I'm feeling right now, and something I'm feeling right now is a little bit sad that this is our last class together. So I'm going to draw a line, make a mark that shows that feeling for me. You might have a different feeling. Go ahead and draw what that feeling looks like inside of one of these enclosed spaces in our drawing. Go ahead and draw. Okay, so I put some sadness in this little area here. Another thing I'm feeling is really grateful for having done this whole drawing experience with you. So I want to include that in my piece also, because that's another feeling that I am having. So I'm going to find another enclosed space here in my drawing, and I'm going to add what grateful marks might look like. So think of the emotion that you want to share, or that you are feeling right now, and put it inside of one of the enclosed spaces in your drawing. All right, go ahead and draw. Okay, and start to wrap up your emotion drawing inside of that area. And we're going to do one more. Another emotion that I am feeling is a little overwhelmed, just because I have a lot to do today. We are moving, so we have some packing and dropping off of things that we have to do. So I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I don't know what feeling you might be having. Could be overwhelmed, could be relaxed if you feel like you are getting to do art, and that can be a relaxing experience. So think about what other feeling you can identify within yourself. Sometimes closing your eyes can be helpful in doing that. And then once you have that feeling, go ahead and draw out what that feeling looks like into one of the spaces on our drawing here. So I'm going to do overwhelmed for my feeling, but yours might be different. Okay, on mark, get set, and draw. start to wrap up your drawing in that section. I really like doing these because they feel kind of like a portrait of my emotional landscape. So a combination of the things that I'm feeling at any given time, but they're all tucked inside of all the things that I experience and that I feel. And they seem manageable when they're all in this format, enclosed together. Something that I enjoy about this type of drawing. We're now going to add our collage pieces to this drawing as we start to create a creature from this drawing. So something we can think about are adding eyes, adding wings, which is another feature I like to add to my creatures. You can add more than just those things though. You could add claws if you wanted to, or hands, depending on what type of creature it is. You could add a tail. You can add a mouth. That's another thing that we did. So I'm going to start with putting my collage pieces down, and then I'm going to start adding the features of my creature. So I have some tape here to attach my collage pieces. You might have glue, and that would work really well. So I'm going to put some music on and then get started with adding my collage pieces to my creature. Go ahead and go. So I've added a few of the collage pieces to my drawing so far. And I kind of like how these ones are turning into wing-like shapes. And so I'm going to go back in with my drawing utensil. So you could be using a marker or a crayon, and that would be fine too. And I'm going to start to add the wings. So I'm going to start drawing in wings on top of my collage pieces to see if I can make them stand out as wings a little bit more. So with your piece, see if you can turn what you've collaged into some wings for your creature. That's my puppy June. So I've added a little bit more to make these wings. And now I'm going to add a couple eyes to my creature. You can start to add the eyes to your creature also. Adding the eyes often makes it really start to look like a creature. Okay, I think I'm going to add some talons to my creature also. Since it has wings, I feel like maybe it also has some talons. It's starting to come together. All right, and lastly, I'm going to add a mouth. Go ahead and add a mouth on your creature also. So I decided to make this shape here into a mouth, so it looks like my creature is smiling, which I think is fitting because despite feeling overwhelmed and a little bit sad and grateful for our class, I'm still really happy to have had this experience. So that is what this piece represents to me. So I'm going to keep drawing and coloring and filling it in, and then I'll show you what this turns out like in just a little bit. All right, I'll see you later. Bye. Hello again. Hopefully you've had some time to work on the creature that we were just doing. Just wanted to share what I had come up with. So I added some more color. I filled in the rest of the body with color and tried to bring out the mouth a little bit more and the eyes. And I like that it's a combination of all the things that I'm feeling and them turned into a creature, which I think can be a fun way to share what it is that I'm feeling with other people. So that wraps up our sessions. Thank you so much for going on this adventure with me and trying something new with drawing. I had a great time, and I hope that you did too. And I look forward to, at some point, hopefully getting to see the work that you made. I'll see you later. Bye.